Good day to you all. I hope all is well with you. Do you remember the times where you would get ready for work, class, school, or your job, and you had that task that you had to do that you kind of put off, that you put off to the side, saying, I'll do it a little later that evening, or I'll do it later that night, or I'll wake up in the morning and do it. But as soon as you wake up, you don't even touch it, or you don't even get to that task or that homework or whatever assignment that you have to do just to get it completed and get ready and be prepared for your day ahead. And then you just, instead, that evening or that night before, you just went out with your friends, or you went out with that girl, or you went out with that boy that you always wanted to hang out with. And so you just put it off to the side, put all your goals and all your assignments off to the side, when in reality, you're not serving yourself when you do that. Me personally, I would do this countless of times. Like, I can count on my hands, like both my hands, my toes, of how many times I've done it, to where I would just sabotage myself, sabotage where I am, sabotage my goals, sabotage like my dreams, my aspirations, things that I'm interested in, things that I need to do and get done, but I would just put it off to the side. And those were some bad habits that I didn't like doing. And then I would start to realize that I'm really behind on my work. I'm really behind on my work of investing in myself, or my work simple for whatever school. If I was in school, I was behind on that, or anything that's going to get me ahead in some way, shape, or form. Say, for instance, now, like if I was sleep deprived, or put myself in a position where I'm out all night, I'll get sleep deprived and won't be ready to perform for my job today or tomorrow or any other day. For a very long time, with me realizing that I could be more than just a regular old stereotypical black dude, who just party, live for the weekends, hang out with his guys, doing countless of things that are not investing into myself, is really just draining me. I just started to realize that I could be more. I could be more than just that. I could be more than just living for the weekend. I want to live for the everyday, because tomorrow is not promised. And one quote that I've heard time and time again is, yesterday you said tomorrow. Yesterday you said tomorrow. You said you was going to get up and do what you need to do. I'm not saying that we all need to make some sort of income. So I'm not saying your job is something that you love or you like doing every day. But besides that, things that you love and desire of doing, that time slot that you have for it, yesterday you said tomorrow. And so I would notice that I would continue to do the same stuff and ending up going into the new week broke, or just where I already was, stagnant, doing the same thing over. It's like a straight loop. And these habits can be learned. They can be trained on you. I can say I learned some of them from my parents. You know what I mean? They're not perfect, but that's one of the things I learned sometimes. It's just living for the weekend, or living in this loop, or always wanting to find some enjoyment when in reality I didn't even earn that, or I didn't even make any real sacrifices to get to that point. But after reading more, after studying myself more, after being more present in this world, or in my world, how I see it, and just getting closer to God, the God within me, for months and months and months, I'm starting to realize that my new year, it really started months ago. It really started a month ago, before the new year came, and it's been off to a great start so far. And so in this video, I'll break it down to you on why your New Year resolutions or your New Year goals has failed, or currently failing right now, in just the 24 days so far that we're in this new year. So first things first, why do we make New Year's resolutions or New Year goals that we can't keep? This sort of thing, like, this is one of the things that is like a ritual. It's like a ritual that's been trained upon us, or that we've learned and indoctrinated. that we can't really shake. Like, we constantly do it over and over again. Just like we've been taught and trained to eat a lot of processed foods and saying, oh, that's healthy. Or just buying a bunch of presents and eating so much food going into the new year, ended up broke going into the new year, that's very smart. Like, that we've been trained that that's good to do and it's smart. You'll make it back and all that stuff. Like, let's be serious. Unfortunately, it's been a norm. Like, it's been a straight norm to believe that even though we make our New Year's resolutions and goals and stuff like that, that we want to change and do better, go to the gym and let the gym and all them is going into New Year, make a whole bunch of membership money. Even though we do that, we already know, and we tend to already know, that we won't succeed within our New Year's resolutions. We will tend to not keep them. And why is that? Because, like, that high that you get, or that dose that you get from that initial feeling of telling yourself, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, like, once you do that, you get to the point where, okay, like, I feel good. And so, but it'll start to die down as more and more as you get into the new year, or more and more as days stack. And you just won't, it'll just fade away. And you'll start going back to the norm and doing the same stuff that you did, waiting for January again, struggling the entire year, mentally, physically, spiritually, and then waiting for next year to do it all over again. It's like this dopamine, it's like this drug of that feeling of just that initial high, and then it goes down. It stays down for 11 months. You may get it in the summertime because the sun is out, and but at the same time, you'll do it again. Yeah, so that initial feeling, it just comes and goes. And so if you've been doing this for a very long time, like, been trained to do this a long time, it'll just be normal to you. You'll just continuously do it. And so why do resolutions fail? Why do your New Year's resolutions fail? Let's be real. One of the things that we're doing, we're thinking outside of our current reality in this moment. Like, we're not living in the moment. We're thinking about the future, and about the future goals, the future aspirations that we want to bring about. When in reality, we need to tackle some current goals that's today and for tomorrow and for next week. Something real micro goals or micro resolutions that we can fix right now, versus waiting next year or months down the road. And we've all been there. Like, you want that nice house, you want that nice car, you want to look good pulling up to school and stuff like that in a nice car. You want all the money. But have you realized that there are skills that come with it? There are skills that you have to build within yourself in order to get to that point. In order to say, okay, yeah, I can get that. I can get that nice house. I can get that nice car, because I know what skills and what things I have to be in this life in order to get to those things. And those are more materialistic stuff. I think also you have to be more spiritually aligned as well, be closer to the Most High. Know yourself, know your interests, know what you want, and create that heaven on earth. So it's like when you want something you can't afford, you'll start to get to that point quicker. You'll say, I'm going to X out the skills. Forget that. How can I get this quicker? You'll start to tell yourself that if I can afford making payments on those things, if I can afford making payments on that car, if I can afford making payments on that house or that apartment, then ideally, that means that I can afford it. That means that I can actually have it. More emphasis on cars, because, cars are for 10 to 60, 100K, you know what I mean? And making payments on it, oh, that means I can really afford it, when that's really not the case. Is that really true? Sit with that thought. Is that really true? Another thing, and y'all probably heard this so many times, we don't have a true why. This is why our resolutions fail, because we don't have a true why. We don't have a true meaning to life, or the reason of why we do what we do. One of the things that I would say, one of my reasons, or my why, is because I want to find my truest self. I want to reach my fullest potential, and I want to help others do the same. I also understand that health is wealth, and that my parents are not the healthiest, mentally, physically, or spiritually. My grandmother wasn't, you know what I mean? She died. She had like a blood clot in her brain. So it was like dealt with a lot of stress and just a lot of unhealthy eating. And so like I started to realize that I'm like, dang, bro, like she died pretty early. And I want to live on, I want to reach my highest potential. You know what I mean? I want to live as long as I'm supposed to live. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure I'm prepared right now and start preparing right now and doing better habits right now so I can be here for my family. So I would start to relapse sometimes on certain habits, certain things that I didn't want to really do in the long run, but I would continuously do them because I didn't really have a big reason behind stopping to do it. And according to some studies that I've done in regards to like New Year's resolutions and people making New Year's resolutions, 60% of people feel like peer pressured to make a New Year's resolution. Like they feel like they have to do that. They don't even do it themselves because they want to. And this is the reason why I'm saying, like, you have to do it because you want to do it. You have to have control of your own mind. You have to feel confident within yourself that you can create your own thought, your own dreams and desires, and not be indoctrinated, not be trained, not be controlled. Because that's basically where this world is demon like what it's trying to do. It's trying to control you in a way to you to not reach your higher consciousness, for you to not reach your higher awareness, to not reach the higher God within you and be a true server of the Most High. So understand that. So when your why is more stronger than your actions, when your why physically, or when your why mentally and spiritually is more stronger than your actions, is more stronger than you even creating that act. If you can mentally and spiritually create that why and make it so strong before you even perform an act, whether that's that me in my head being alive for my family, reaching my fullest potential, helping others do the same, being a true godly like young black man. If you could tell yourself that mentally and spiritually, create a strong why within yourself, mentally and spiritually, before you can even make the act. Once you get to that point, you'll then act it out very smoothly. You'll act it out very fluently. It may not be perfect. The journey may not be perfect, but who says what's perfect? You know what I mean? So just be prepared for all that. And once you do that, once your why is stronger than that, you'll start to do things way smoother and stay committed all the time. So you got to be more in tune with yourself. And one of the main things on how you're going to get to a better state of being when creating New Year's resolutions, New Year goals, staying committed to them, you have to create a lasting change. You have to stay on top of yourself. You have to tell yourself that, okay, today I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to do this, this week I'm going to do this week, next week I'm going to do that. Like, make those micro goals working up to the main goal. That's the only way you're going to stay in alignment every single day of knowing what you're going towards. 1% better every single day. Having control over your life and not letting other people control your decisions and your thoughts is a start. You can really start there. Like I said before, tackle the most small things that you haven't really focused on much, that you can have people not have control over, and conquer it. Start there. I've truly realized that people, all in all, at the end of the day, just want to be healthy, just want to have and seek love and be loving and be able to make those extraordinary choices and decisions for themselves, want to be able to create and just be those artists that they were designed to be. Like, that's one of the most things that I'm starting to notice, whether they show themselves as being fearful or being angry or sad, and they just want to seek love within themselves and be able to spread it as well. It's not always the best outlook when you trying to, okay, I'm working on these small goals, but because you so focused on the big goal, and that's normal. But I would rather be further than I was yesterday. Like, I would rather grow from yesterday to today than growing from a year from now. Think about that. Reason being because I'm being more attentive. I am in a short time span, I am more aware of my growth within yesterday, today, and tomorrow versus last year, 5 years ago, and 10 years ago. So like once you break it down in short increments, you'll then build up that big increment or that big like long-term visualization of your growth. So you got to start small and work your way up 1% better every day. So tackle the day, tackle the next hour, tackle the next, minute, tackle the next day, tackle the next week, month, and then the year. You'll soon have the real eyes. You'll soon reveal the real lies you told yourself and see that you will be further in life, in your life, than many other people would ever even imagine when they start to create those New Year resolutions and goals. So I appreciate y'all for tuning into the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you get notified when I drop a new video. And I'll see y'all in the next video. All love.